each other's mental space. If you ever need me, just call. I'ma come running, give it my all. Love is love, God wins. Keep your vibrations high and watch how your blessings. I wanna know, Nikki, is you guilty? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? I'll give an anything to know. Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Cause if you're guilty, then I'm letting you go. They started the trial, but baby, you in denial. What about your A-list family? Such a terrible sight for us to see. We followed your story, you're taken down from your glory. Well, I guess you're #1 fan. Never dreamed you'd end up in the can. Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not?
What up, what up, what up, what up?
I'll give an anything to know.
I'm late, sorry for the delay. Apologies, my apologies, I apologize.
Is you guilty or not?
Hope everybody great out there.
Cause if you're guilty, they not letting you
I
go.
was going
They've
to cancel
taken
it.
your
Seven had a basketball
crown.
scrimmage.
Yeah, they've taken you down.
Cool
What you
bullshit.
built has crumbled to the
That is
ground.
cool.
All before the verdict is found. All of this ruin, was it all of you doing? So much drama to the case. Yeah,
I
we're
was like, you
checking
know
that
what? I
look
gotta
up
go
on your
live. I gotta
face.
keep the
Is you
schedule. I
guilty
gotta
or
do
not?
something.
Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? I'll give an anything to know. Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Cause if you're guilty, they not letting you go.
Yes, you guilty, nigga, you filthy. Maybe the crimes that they saying ain't it. Glitz covered up some real life ish. So much scandal, $1 million vandal. Nasty, freaky, dirty parties all oiled. Leaving the hotel rooms all soiled. Everybody signing NDAs to the cover your tracks. But now the courtroom gonna uncover the facts.
Or not, is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not?
We didn't even say nothing yet. You already put copyright.
Anything to know. Is you guilty or not?
Why are you spamming copyright? We're not even saying nothing.
Is you guilty or not?
Why are you already spamming copyright? We're not even saying nothing. It's just music playing.
Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? I'll give an anything to know. Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not? Is you guilty or not?
Keep on what you
Cause
do.
if you're guilty, they not letting you go.
Let's get into this.
I wanna know, Nikki, is you guilty?
Oh, you good, you good, you good.
Is you?
You good, you good.
I'm not allowed to say murder, you killed him. I've got to say rape for sexual assault. I want to say murder. Oh yes, you killed him, but I'm gagged and it ain't my fault. Can't talk, 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 can't talk. I know the truth is hard to swallow, but these rules we need to follow. Omission still allow you be in trouble if you don't comply. What about freedom? God-given freedom. I'm talking about freedom. Freedom from Babylon. Murder, you killed him. Rape for sexual assault.
So let's get into this. So everybody is familiar with the Freeway Farm situation and how Danny Robinson tried to spin the narrative on the Freeway Farm situation when we went out there to help this person, and how she tried to manipulate the situation in order to try to tear us down, hinder, whatever you want to call it. There was a lot of stuff that was played in this. There was a lot of uh, bullshit that happened. I don't know if Shar is here, but I'm going to post this just in case she wants to come up. I want to formally apologize to her for, my journey on YouTube, intervening with her real life and putting her in any type of danger, her and her family, so on and so forth. But, I wasn't, once again, thinking that this was a person that she knew, so on and so forth, however you want to look at it. I didn't think nothing of this person being of the vindictive, conniving, narcissistic, all of these things. There's so much more to this situation than what she spoke on, from, Rock Nation representatives popping up at the house, to other various of things that took place. So I was like shocked at half the people that was involved in it. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. All these people are involved, so on and so forth. So that was kind of that was kind of crazy to watch so many people I can't open up none of these things that you're sending to me. It's like going to crash sites or something like that. I don't know. It's going to these. I don't know. I can't open up none of that stuff that you're sending me. So I'm just gonna just do with the stuff I can. So we had the chicken coop. We made that look nice. This is the outcome of that. Before it, we cut grass, like we cut all of this down. We did numerous things, and this person, as you can see, he asked for rides places and sleep in the car, just fall asleep, fall out, probably because he's, doing all this huffing of whatever that shit is that was found in the trash. These things right here, these fucking canisters, huffing all these damn canisters, doing whippets and shit, falling out, right? Walking around undecently around our kids and shit with his whole ass out, shirt off, whole butt hanging out, right? I was unaware of any of this. Certain devices that was hooked up downstairs to listen to us, right? This was plugged up to the wall. This is a listening device, right? Like I said, there were so many situations that I wasn't speaking on it, I wasn't speaking on none of this stuff. I wasn't even, I was just like, oh, nah, we can't have no, this is what I was saying. I'm telling her, like, we can't have no retreat here. Do you see what's going on here? Do you see what's happening here? We can't have no retreats here. As soon as I start pointing out all of this stuff, you see what's happening, right? You see what's happening. The police surrounding me. You see me sitting peacefully on the ground, right? Danny Robinson covered none of this stuff, right? Covered none of this stuff. You see this right here? So, are you seriously interested in what we talked about? If so, I was thinking we could sit down and develop a plan. I was thinking of going to turn myself in Monday or Tuesday. My brother said Monday. I wanted to get it over with, so I was thinking maybe you can come down, we can go over a plan and see if we can make something work. And of course, I know you would need gas money and shit to come down, but I would like it if you would be my backup to watch the animals just in case I don't get released that day. Good. You see what I'm saying? So you this is what all of this was put in place for. This is why we were putting the list together of the feeding of the animals, everything that was going on, right? The cutting of the grass, us out there working, cutting the grass, so on and so forth, putting back the greenhouse, right? This was one of the projects that he said he wanted done. You seen us come get all of this grass out of there. Y'all seen us clean all of that out, right? We were doing what we were supposed to be doing. We cut all of this. All of this got cut. All of this got cut, right? We did that, right? We cut all of this, cleaned all of this out, right? Cleaned all of this out, right? These were the things that we were doing. We wasn't out there trying to, use this person. This person set up a whole scene, a whole scenario, ran his own truck into the building back there to try to set up a scene to make it look like somebody was doing something, taking something, stealing something from him, right? All of this stuff that was taking place was basically suspicious. I'm bringing it to the attention like, yo, listen, what's going on? Something's not right about this, right? I was saying something's not right about this whole situation. I'm pointing it all out, make it make sense. Right? People coming in, doing this, doing that, right? Police there. We had all types of stuff going on there. Danny Robinson never spoke about none of this, right? But they say it's a landlord-tenant situation, right? Landlord-tenant situation. But as much as they try to make it seem like somebody wasn't paying money, why didn't they ask for any money when the court came? When it came down to court, why didn't they ask for any money? Because obviously it was not about money. It was about tarnishing or tearing down somebody's image or character online. And this is why I said you got to pay attention, because these people are online doing this, finding people online and then creating a scenario. You heard what he said in the videos. Ooh, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. He said, introduce me to your collective, right? Even if you go back and watch Danny Robinson's phone call conversation with him, you can see he didn't even know how many people was downstairs. She's asking them how many people downstairs. He's talking about she's got 2 daughters living down there. Complete lie, right? She never, for somebody that's supposed to be looking for the truth, she never even questioned it. She had to add people to the equation. He didn't even mention 7. She had to say, oh, was 7 there? Oh, the boy that looked like this, try to talk about 7's skin complexion. Y'all talking about me with kids, but nobody caught the fact that he was literally talking about, oh, you talking about the red boy, the redhead boy that he got with him? Yeah, he was there. Think about that. Think about that. Char, I don't know if you're trying to come up on YouTube or TikTok. I don't know which one you're trying to come up on. I don't even know if you're trying to come up. I get it if you're not trying to come up. I'm not really going to push the issue. I'm going to do a small live about it, discussing it, putting it out there. And then that's going to be the end of that. And I'm going to move on to greater endeavors, greater, futures, possibilities, conversations, so on and so forth. Like I said, we got a great lineup this week. We got to get into what we're talking about tomorrow. Krishan Rock is probably going to be locked up by the time we do the Steve Wilco live. We got some other lives that we're going to put in place. So we're just going to get the ball rolling and the things that we got going on. Also, got a podcast coming up. Got a new co-host that I'm going to be introducing to everybody. So stay tuned for that. The revealing of my co-host for the podcast that's coming up. Great person. You're going to love her. So on and so forth. So and I probably get 2 more co-hosts. I'm looking for a total of 3 other co-hosts for the podcast, but right now we got 1. Probably look for like 2 more. So on and so forth. However we do that. Yeah, Krishan going through it right now. Apparently, Zeus Network is not paying her. She's not getting that check. You know, Blueface snuck a DNA test. She's panicking. Little baby done came out, or the baby, little baby, the baby done came out and said that she was trying to trap him. You know, she was going to put it on one of them. And that's why if you ever go back to the Knots Live when Ronnie was up on the panel, they wanted to make a joke out of it for ridicule and controversy. But if you go back and watch that live when I was up on the panel with Ronnie, I was asking Ronnie real questions like, Ronnie, was you in on the plan to put a baby on Blueface? Like, did you know about the plan? Was you in on it? Like, did you participate, supply the semen so that way they can say, okay, the baby looked like Blueface. Like, did you know about it? And they kept on trying to overtalk me. The 2 people that was up there kept on trying to overtalk me. Crazy work. Very, very crazy work. You know, I found it hilarious. Let me add somebody. How's everything? Can you hear me? Your mic is muted.
Okay, now can you hear me?
How are you?
I have an echo.
Maybe because you're listening to it too on YouTube. You open it up, you gotta close your YouTube because you're on stream right now. You're in the stream right.
Okay, I don't know how to fix it.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Is it better? Is it still echoing?
Yes, there's an echo.
Do you have YouTube open on your screen? Like you might have to close YouTube off the screen because it's,
Okay, yeah, you may be right. Okay. I'm sorry. My first time up here. Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay.
did you close YouTube?
I did.
Okay. First off, how are you? How have you been? Everything's good. Hope all is well.
I'm good. I'm great. You know. Adjusting. But, yeah, everything is great. Getting set up. And back in the swing of things.
So regarding the situation and, you know, Danny Robinson, you know, everything like that, despite the fact that they said it was just a landlord-tenant situation, and that struck me as odd because, you know, no money was asked for during the removal. So that was like, if they made it about money, why wasn't no money asked for? And there was a bunch of other things that struck me as odd. And I'm pretty sure you might have noticed some things that struck you as odd, even as far as, you know, previous situations that took place in the household. You know, police reports that wasn't really reported, even though they came out there about 5 times. Have you yet to get any reports back about the incidents?
They mentioned in the report that I had complained about these things, but they did not take any action to protect me or to set up like, you know, to say that he was, you know, in the wrong for the things that he was doing. They did ask him to remove his videos, which I guess I think he did. But other than that, he continued the harassment without, you know.
So do you think it, like in the whole thing, like, and like I said, I apologize that, you know, that my journey on YouTube intervened in your real life. Like, I never thought that people would go through certain measures in order to try to, you know, get a content creator to a certain location to try to paint a certain narrative or picture. I just never, you know, thought people were operating like that on social media, you know what I mean?
Oh, I don't think it's just you. After going through this, I've learned quite a lot. And I think now more than ever, I think there's, the bigger picture had to be exposed. And I'm sorry that, it had to be us to do it. But maybe that, I believe that, everything happens for a reason. And I,
I
it's
mean,
hard
like I
because it
said,
was hard.
like even when it was all happening, like, you know, I look back at the Buckner Kennel situation and that Megan girl that was out there
Mhm.
and how he, you know, brought up something over Pops or whatever that guy name is that was Pops, and he was like, yeah, you know what you did 30 something years ago, whatever the case may be. Like, I seen a lot of blackmail, and a lot, like, I looked at some of his videos on Facebook and how he was, you know, saying nobody move on Buckner Kennel unless you see or hear it from the cameraman, or all of this weird stuff. And it just seemed like bigger people was involved than just him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely feel that there is a group, I will call that, that yeah, they pay people to do messed up stuff to people that are content creators, and it's happening. It's happening a lot. There's another YouTuber that has started a movement to prevent these things from happening. So
I
I
mean, you
did.
got,
I don't know.
I mean, look at the amount of fear that he's trying to place. Look at this. Like, this is the him recording out of the window in the wee hours of the night. If this is not scary to somebody, imagine moving into somebody's house or moving into somebody's lower half of their house, and then you come outside and you look up and they're live recording you.
Yeah, I think this was at like 3 in the morning. He was
See?
acting
And the cop
crazy
comes
that
up
night.
and say, let's not worry about that recording right now. That's why I say the cops was involved, is because they were, it's almost like they were trying to scare me out or scare us out to rush out in the middle of the night for this particular night crew shift. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because he started it every night when this particular group was on shift. It was like they wanted me to run out or rush out and then get pulled over by, you know, this group. And then he paints the narrative as if, you know, someone's stealing his credit cards, putting their hands in his pants. He was saying all types of stuff. That's why I
Yes.
had to make sure certain protection was placed on the situation before I got anybody out of the situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because think about that. If I would have pulled out of there, right, left out of there in a rush, right, ended up in the police custody, right, it would have been his story versus my story, right? And due to the fact that I'm the one speeding off in the middle of the night, right, his story is going to look that much more plausible because what I look like, a thief in the night, fleeing. And he's going to make it seem like that. Oh, he did this. He took that. My credit card's missing. My wallet's missing. So on and so forth, right? So when you have these certain scenarios, when you're trying to help people and stuff like that, you know, you have these situations. This is something that you're definitely going to have to look out for, because you got to think about it. People can't hire, you know, the lesser workers anymore to say, you know what I mean? So they got to find a new way to get out on people for labor. You know how many farms need helping hands because nobody really wants to go work on the farm. So they're using people that's on the internet, you know, that's journeying into spirituality, want to move into homesteads and stuff like that. So they're using people to get what they want done. It's like a free labor thing, right? You see, he pulled us out there, got what he wanted done, got the yard cut. He might not have thought it was going to happen so fast because I'm a one-man, you know, wrecking ball or workhorse or whatever. So when I got out there, cleaned it all up, he had somebody come and take the sky pictures. He couldn't do it himself. He walking around with a limp. He can't cut all of that himself. He used Levi to do the work and me to do the work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And when the work was done, that's when he created a scenario to get us out of there. He didn't give a fuck who went to jail or who went which way. He didn't care. It was all an exploitation for him to say, oh, they trying to take advantage of me. I'm just a helpless person living on my land. I'm going to write a book about this. Introduce me to your collective.
Right. Then he wanted to take our ideas and do the same thing for himself.
Right. So that's why I say this never was about help. Think about it. He got government loans to put greenhouses together. He was manipulating the situation to say that he was going to try to get another loan to put another greenhouse together. They already gave him half up front and they was going to give him half on the back end. Right. Not only that, right. He didn't pay taxes on the land for like the last 3 years. So they're looking into that. Right. He can't sell the property because technically he's not the owner of the property. So there's going to be some complications with that. Right. So the fact that you tried to pull people out to your property, saying that you were trying to save the property only to turn around and put it up for sale. Why would you take on tenants if you're selling the property in the first place? That's something that a judge would want to know. Right. So what they did was, instead of asking for money, this is how you know, Danny Robinson has her hand in the cookie jar a little bit too much, because she used her lawyer expertise to try to get him out of the situation, because they know that he fucked up the situation so bad with unlawful eviction, turning off electric, turning off water, so on and so forth. They couldn't ask for no money, because if they would have asked for money, that would have opened up the door for a countersuit, right? So they couldn't ask for no money, because then they would have been opened up the door for a countersuit, right? So now they'd say, oh, we just want you off the property. But they make sure that they don't put my name on that shit, because by putting my name on that shit, now you got somebody in the equation that's willing to go through whatever extent, because I ain't no, you know what I mean? You can get away with a mother, trying to protect her kid and trying to play safe and all of that stuff. But you ain't going to get away with somebody who ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. I don't go around starting shit, but I'm ready for it if it comes. That's why when they brought them Rock Nation representatives in there, whatever they called themselves doing, that's why I was looking at them like, who is these dudes? Who is these people? And Danny Robinson was so quick to try to get that off the table. They're not signed to Rock Nation. They're signed to Rock Nation Distribution Company. Well, didn't Rock Nation just release a distribution company? Didn't they just now come out and announce that they have a distribution company that's open to the public? Didn't they just now say that like this week? So that's still being signed to Rock Nation. Just like I said, you try to make it seem like they're not signed to Rock Nation. They're not signed. What are you talking about, lady? You so busy trying to put out false and negative information that you blinded by the woods before the forest, or woods, whatever they say, the forest before the trees. But you so caught up with trying to tear other YouTubers down. And you sat there and played on somebody's whole life, whole situation. Use lawyers, and you probably the assistant to the lawyer that was on the case. You probably the assistant that put her in. Force your lawyer friend to take a case that she probably didn't want to take, didn't even know nothing about. You the assistant that's putting in paperwork. It's probably Miss Cleo working too. That's why she's not around no more. But don't worry, the investigation is going to get to the bottom of all of that. That's why we can freely speak on it now. By them not putting my name on the paperwork, I'm not under no type of Biden's not to speak about it, right? If I was on the paperwork, then I would, my lawyer would tell me don't speak about it until afterwards. But because you didn't put me on the paperwork, I can now speak freely about it and bring it to public attention of what's really going on these YouTube streets. You're creating scenarios for yourself to build content. You're putting people in real life situations and real life drama so you can have content for 6 fucking months on YouTube to make money. You're dirty. You're the worst type of person in this world. You see a single mother going through all types of hell, and that's what you decided to make your content for. How long? Oh, update. Let's be clear. Update. Let's be clear. The Avengers are here. We did it. We did it. We did it. The fuck? You ain't out here protecting women. You ain't even out here protecting mothers or children. You out here protecting the fucking monsters that move people into their house, use their kids for work, try to tell their kids to put on masks and make them dance for the camera. Why you ain't bring up none of that heinous shit? I'm sorry.
There are so many things. There are so many things. That's why I know that this is all set up. It was all planned. It'll all come out. It's all coming out. It's all happening.
I mean, that's why I say, like, I don't even get it anymore. In my mind, it's like, if you gonna be an advocator, then advocate for the truth. If you doing this, do it with integrity. You lack the integrity in order to do this. So that means that she's just going with whatever people say that's best benefit to her pocket, to her coin purse.
Oh, I think it's way more than that.
Well, on top of the fact that they probably got a hit list for the people that they want to tear down, she did kind of say that she's been waiting for me for a while, as if,
yeah, you were on the list, and then they put me on the list. I have that recorded as well. I was put on the list as well, which is why they called CPS, APS, the animal control.
That's crazy. So
they've
been further like IRS, tampering with other people in your life as far as
they've
the things that you got going.
Yeah, I got a notice for my business. There's an inquiry about my business. But I mean, whatever. I'm like,
that's why soon as she called that North Carolina person and was saying that I'm gonna call everybody that he's going to, blah 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 blah. As soon as she said that, I said, "Oh yeah, this is." You know what I'm saying? This is more than that. She's butthurt, like she's hurt. She feels slighted. She feel like she's lost. Yeah, when you start calling ahead of people's journey, that's how you know that she's making shit up. Because think about it. You can't say that we were squatting there, but then call the next place that you're going to. How? If we're squatting there, then that means we banking on that. There's no next place for a squatter. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you call the future endeavors, the future that try to mess up the business. You know what I mean? But why didn't they call the museum guy? You know what I mean? When we went to his place.
I bet they tried to call him. I bet they tried.
You think they already was in contact with him?
I think if they didn't get a hold of him, they did try to, but he's kind of off the grid. He's like anti online presence. So
I mean, there was some good that came out of this. How's Levi doing? How's everything with Levi?
I mean, I try to look at that, right, the brighter side of things and the lessons learned from this. And I've learned a lot of lessons. I've also learned a lot about YouTube. But as far as Levi's concerned, Levi's learning how to adult pretty quickly. He's kind of been forced into it, and the support that he was getting, he is no longer getting because of that. So, I mean, let's all applaud, the person who says that they were so worried about, my vulnerable adult. She literally put him in the fire, in the burner. So he is now learning how to do all of this, and I am, supportive from a distance. I still help him with groceries and shopping and medicines and stuff like that, but he's pretty independent now.
That's good. That's good. I mean, I hate that it had to happen the way it happened, but like you say, things happen for a reason, and we just got to, appreciate all the things that happen within that, excuse me, and get the best outcome of it, So if he's learning, if he's building, growing, and getting those adult, traits that he needs, then that's a good thing. And like I said, a lot of these people claim to advocate, claim to pretend like they are helping society, helping people out there, care so much about people, because that's the image. That's the image. That's the gimmick that get them funds. You can't, if they got on here and told you, how heartless they truly was, and how they don't care about nobody, and how they'll put people in situations to exploit their life because they're crisis jumpers. It's like Jaguar Wright said, one crisis after another. They got to wait for the next crisis. So they're banking on different crises. But what they decided to do, they decided to start creating crises in people's lives. Think about it. And this goes all the way back to Legina Gold. And this is why I say they're all working together. Because if you think about it, Legina, they basically said that they put Legina Gold in the same situation. They found out where she lived, started sending people to her house, fake people, pretending to be, inspectors, pretending to be like, oh, we got to spray for roaches or whatever, right? Put her in fear, all this other stuff, right? And then Jaguar act like she's the arms that she got to run to, right? So you get the troll farm to put people in fear, so on and so forth. And then they, somebody help me, please, please, please. And then it's like, oh, this is your cue. Now you go in and make money and grift. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yep. I know exactly.
So all of them kind of like try to take turns. You know what I mean? If you go look at the pattern, and you remember, like, that's why I say, like, it's great to have people who actually was on TikTok for this journey know that we were on a spiritual journey. Before I came over here, didn't I say, like, this is the perfect person to point out as far as all of the low vibrational demonic entities, the 72 demons of the soul of man? Jaguar Wright is the perfect person to put out. Why? Because she has legions behind her, and all of those legions showed their self in different personas. Now, a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about demons or demands, right? But feelings and emotions are demons, right? They're the demands, because there's what the flesh is demanding. The flesh demands you lust, greed, gluttony, all of this other stuff, right? These are the temptations of the flesh. All of these different personas already gave in to all of these different temptations of the flesh. That's why you see who they really are: alcoholics, drug addicts, so on and so forth, right? You see what they struggling with: addiction, trading one addiction for the next addiction, right? He couldn't get drunk because he got the ankle monitor on with the, so he's huffing cans, passing out all over the place, walking around with his ass out, right? We can't bring people there. We can't build nothing there, right? Once he start realizing, oh shit, they trying to, he starts to record all this weird ass shit going on, right? Told us to put together the 4th of July thing for him, came down. This is what he asked us to do right here, right? And then fell asleep after we did it. After we put it together, fell asleep. Came down the next day, like, hey, did you ever do that? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm telling them, like, yo, something is not right about this. We had to go out and buy this weed eater right here. I had to go out and buy that myself. Well, ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see me out here with my good boots on. You know what I mean? Disregarding good clothes, nice clothes, just to try to make this person land look better, right? That's labor fees. If you add all of this up, that's labor fees.
And
Feeding
that's
the animals, so on and so forth.
that's been updated since then too. That's
Trips to
it. That's
Burger
like
King,
$4,000.
right here, $4,500.
It's more because
Right?
because I kept doing it. It's more.
So that's why I say, like, all these situations. They didn't even report it. Police didn't even report it. This is an incident right here where they came out 3 o'clock in the morning.
That was when he was recording us in the middle of the night, and he had tried to come downstairs. This is also the night of all those weird recordings. I think he
Right.
was.
When he started trying to do the scary thing in the middle of the night type thing, all of that weird shit. You know, had people come pop up on us, all of that weird stuff. Good times. Let me go over here because I think there's more stuff in there.
I did send you the link to that video if you can.
I can't click on it. It's taking too long. It keeps saying something. It's like,
all right,
it's saying something.
it's huge. Might have to split it in two.
It keeps saying something when I click on it. This file is major, big. Not like it's not saying that. It's just saying that.
It should be in community building, but it's only where the only people have access to.
So this is the pig and the chickens and so on and so forth, right? This is afterwards, her still going out there feeding them. After all the bullshit, still had to go out there and feed them because wasn't nobody going out there to feed them. Right? And this is why I say, like,
I think that's just a voice clip, but
I think this is when he called you.
oh, I think this is when he asked me after he had already.
You had to start recording stuff. Yeah. After all the bullshit, you had to.
Yeah. See, I received the letter, and then he asked me if I would go feed the pig,
and then all this meat. Was the meat that was in the back freezer?
Yeah. I didn't move it from the freezer to the other freezer, from the apartment freezer to the basement freezer.
That's the lamb meat that he wanted you to sell then, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is the lamb meat that he wanted you to sell. He just wanted you to do everything. Sell the lamb meat. He wanted you to do everything. He thought you was a gopher, a chauffeur, a ever stuff.
And that was when he was trying to get Levi to huff some of that stuff with him. I tried to get on video.
Oh, that's when they outside in a golf cart.
Mm-hmm. I think I go out there to get Levi. I don't know, because I was recording.
Yeah, most likely that's what it was. But yeah, I was pointing all of this stuff out, and it seemed like somebody was trying to curve the importance of what we were pointing out. You know what I mean? Like it was like
That
they were
one,
trying, huh?
go back to the other one. I wanted
This
to point this out, that one, I think. Yeah, click on that real quick.
this one?
There's one where I specifically tell him, okay, how much is the rent? And then I said, it's a text. I said, how much do you expect in rent? Let's sit down and figure that out and work out the number of hours that equals. And there's a text message. It's in the video, but can I share this stuff? Can I share with you while I'm on here? Or will it mess stuff up?
I think you could share it to the Discord. I think it'll still it'll pop up and I'll be able to click on it.
All right. Because I have a whole bunch more that I just like. I have so many receipts, and I've been recording everything because to protect myself. I mean,
and then this is it put up on sale, right?
Oh,
you know what I mean? This is them putting it up for sale, right? Well, look, this is our stuff in the picture right here, right? This is literally our stuff. You see the computer set up, everything like. So they came there while we were there. You know what I mean? Like how, like you telling this group that you trying to save the farm, so on and so forth. You got them coming out to help you save the farm. You got me telling the collective that we're saving the farm, right? And then it's up for sale. How? Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. That means like the me putting it out there. I was wondering why he never wanted his himself to be involved. He was like, no, you don't have to say anything. Look, and then this is what happened when the lawnmower broke. You remember how much stuff we had to go through when he took the lawnmower apart? We go to sleep. I guess because I was working too fast, cutting the grass too fast. So we go to sleep. He take the lawnmower apart. We wake up the next day. I go upstairs. The lawnmower is took apart. I'm like, what the? Oh, I think I took this belt off. I think I took that belt off, and I think I gotta put this back on there. Took springs off of it, all types of shit. I was literally losing my mind out there. I'm asking her, like, what is going on? Please tell me what is going on. I couldn't ask him because he trying to play avoid it. He trying to play sleep the whole fucking time. He's sleeping the whole time every time they go somewhere. Sleeping.
He was sleeping while we were walking through the grocery store. He fell asleep in the middle of the parking lot and almost got hit by a car.
Talking about some it was like getting hit by a brick wall. It would, you know, when something yeah, that's called fucking out of breath, huffing all damn day. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get high. This is when he tried to turn the water off, do all types of extra shit. Right? This is why I say, like, this was crazy. This was crazy. This was one of those experiences where you're like, oh, okay, so this is the type of stuff they do. Me, I was just happy. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't care. I'm not afraid of nothing. So I'm just listening, like, or just being there for the experience. But I'm asking the right questions, like, what is really going on? It don't seem like this dude really want the collective's help. It don't seem like he really want, you know, our help, so on and so forth. I kept saying that. Did I not keep on asking certain questions? Like I was asking so many questions that he himself had to agree, like, this motherfucker's a thinker.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, we can go back to the YouTube and look at all of the crazy stuff that he was putting on his YouTube page. I mean, his Facebook page. I mean, the Facebook page got crazy.
I might be able to share. Oh, I might be able to share my CapCut file.
Ooh. All of them try to lock up their Facebook now.
Yeah.
See? So you can imagine who was online and thought that they can, make something happen off of that. You know what I mean? You can imagine who was online and was, oh man, we need to get them out of there and we can get in there. That's a perfect place for Jaguar to hide out right there. All you gotta do is say, we're gonna get them out of there and then we're gonna introduce you to Jaguar. Once they out of there, we're gonna introduce you to Jaguar. How that sound? He gonna jump right on that. What he say? I see her on here beefing with people. I seen her on here beefing with people. Blah 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 blah. Come on, man. Yeah, you think about how many people are online trying to get into digital currency, trying to, he had ideas. He's saying, I'm gonna get into that school. I'm gonna get into that school. He was trying to use the boots on the ground song to get into the school. What type of person is trying to get into school? And y'all don't get it. The silent parties. Why ain't nobody looking into that? Because they don't really care about the kids. The stuff that we were pointing out, they did not want to look into. The silent party. The reason why he kept on threatening the police, telling them the police to check in with the silent party, so on and so forth, right? Like, there was a lot of shit that everybody tried to overlook. And they did overlook it. You coming downstairs with a fucking axe, 3 a.m.
And they were like, it's his house.
He ain't hacksaw Jim Douglas. He coming down the steps with an axe like he hacksaw Jim Douglas. Like this a wrestling event. And y'all telling me that this is the proper operation? Y'all telling me that this was okay? You trying to point out all the shit that somebody else did, but that shit was okay? Huh? That's worse than the dude that was sitting on a live threatening Golden and Maggie, or who was he threatening at the time? I forget. Lady Letitia, right? The weird dude. Michael, Archangel. You know what I mean? That's what we experienced in real time, in real life. This is what we experienced.
I've tried to tell people about what's going on with me, like not all of it, but just like summary it. And I don't think they believe me.
No, because these people done called ahead to everybody and tried to tell them, oh, she's calling in, she's trying to take his land. You got people like Danny Robinson that call and say, oh, they're trying to go around and steal black people's land and da 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 da. And they put on these fake voices and make it seem like they're all business-like and act like they calling from, different places. Look at what Trees do on her live every time when she call people and she act like, yes, I'm calling from the bakery's office and I'm such and such and da 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 and blah 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 blah, all for fucking clicks and views on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're gonna call the people in South Carolina right now, in North Carolina. So when she called the people in North Carolina, right, and these people confirmed, like, oh yeah, he said he was gonna come out and help. Yeah, he can come out. Let him come out. right? Then she turns it around and be like, are you sure you want him to come out? Because he's stealing people land. What the fuck? How you call somebody, call a business in somebody's real fucking life and defame their character and make it lies? Oh, he's going around with a white person stealing black people land. What? And y'all see that as a truth teller? Y'all see that? And then say, oh, he sound like he look good. I might call him back. So you know she's in the operation of trying to get. Oh, so you calling the business people that I'm dealing with, the people with land and farms and shit like that, you getting in contact with them ahead of time. Oh shit, he got land already and he sound all right. Shit, I'm about to call him back. Damn. And y'all see that as modest. Y'all don't see the fucked up moral compass. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that, huh? Everybody see that okay. But what she gonna say is, I was joking when I said that. I was joking. So why the fuck didn't y'all take the sister wife shit as a joke? Why didn't y'all take half the shit that we joked about over here as a joke? Y'all try to make it out to be something fucking real, right? And then when you say some shit, it's you was joking and everybody knew you was joking. Huh? Which one is it?
I don't know. It could be a voice file. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a voice file of the pay. I think that sounds like the payee situation.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, because
Levi
that's
situation.
the other thing that they did.
Yeah, that was one of the
that's-
situations that they put you in with, telling them that you was using Levi, blah, 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 all of that stuff. So Levi had to, yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, look at the depths of what they would try to go through, right? In order to create a scenario that is so falsified. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why didn't anybody look into the situation with the Megan girl? Where's her body at? You know what I mean? The people that we try to reach out to said that they have not been in touch with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't nobody reaching out to them? The police seem to know more than what they're saying. Because if they were already out there looking for that girl's cell phone, and now you got another situation with some more tenants, why are you not putting two to two together? And y'all investigators, y'all get paid to solve crimes and get to the bottom of shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
One of the daytime officers told me that he calls every day.
Yeah, I
And
remember
I
him
think
saying that.
I think they have, how they have those codes or whatever. I think that they treat him that way. Or at
Like
least,
he's
I mean,
7:30
yeah,
or not 7:30, but
I don't know what
they
it is.
call him 10 something, 1040 or something like that, where they label them
There's a
as like
number.
crazy because they go to the crisis unit and stuff like that. A lot of
And you
states
think,
don't have crisis, Remember when I was in South Carolina going through the stuff with my sister, like South Carolina didn't have crisis. So, you know what I mean? Like a lot of times you had to like wait until this greenhouse looked terrible before we cleaned it up. We cleaned it up in one day.
oh,
And then I end up going to my sons and them graduation. What happened?
I put in the video, there's a video of us doing the work, and I don't remember where he put it, but I could send that to you maybe, because it shows us doing the greenhouse like in full, like you see what it looked like before.
We was
And then,
live that day. I got a live for it on
oh,
that
that might
day.
be where I got it.
Yeah, I got a live on. I was live that day. And then like everybody avoided this. Everybody avoided this. Now, what was the situation with his brother and how did his brother pass?
Oh, so I got a text message from somebody. I'm not gonna say who it is, but it's somebody who has family
Dealt with the family.
in relation, and I got I kind of got a background of what had happened up until that point. I guess Freeman and Ryan decided they were going to make fentanyl, and then I think they were lacing the marijuana that he was so worried about. I think they were lacing the marijuana with it, which explains why his daughter would not smoke it when we were at the 4th of July party. However, I do believe, his brother was an addict. I was closer friends with his brother than I was with, I knew who Freeman was, but I was not friends with him, as unlike his brother, I was very close friends with. And he struggled for a long time with different types of addiction. So when he passed away, we all assumed that it was either alcohol or, drug related, but this person confirmed that it was because of an overdose of fentanyl. And then she also said that at the funeral, Freeman showed up intoxicated under substances and had to be resuscitated by Narcan during the funeral, like in the middle of it.
During the funeral, yikes.
I mean,
I was looking at this text message right here where he say, "Hey, you dumb, trying me, slutter ass, bird brain. Why you try pulling your head out your ass and
you gotta
listen to
say
my?"
it like him.
I don't know how to say it like him because
Okay, wait.
I'm reading. Go ahead, you read it.
Hold on. Wait. I can't see the words. It's very tiny. Oh, thank you. Hey, dumb. Try for me, silly ass burn brain. Why you trying pulling your hair out your ass and listening to my interview with Danny Robertson? We're on till 1 in the morning, like I said before. I'm kicking in the door and I'm gonna snatch your followers. Everybody loves me, and you're a piece of shit. How was that?
That's good.
I mean, I spent a lot of time with.
No, look, he literally says it right here that I'm snatching your followers. Think about that. He literally says it right here. I'm kicking the door in and I'm gonna snatch your followers. Everybody loves me. What the hell? That's why I said, like, this whole thing seemed like a play out of some fucking book or something. Cause I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? And he's like, I'm giving you less than 24 hours to start returning any and everything that belongs to me. I met my lawyers today, and if you want any mercy at all, I suggest that you start returning all my shit and keep listening to the deep shit. Or I guess he was supposed to say dumb shit, who's going to end up leaving you anyway. And I've got you fucking so busted. It's not even funny. Actually, it's not even funny. It's actually hilarious. Where do you see the charges that we're going to come in, and then dipshit's going to leave you in the dust and sell you out? Bet he blames you for the shit. You can't really be that dumb. True love, that's what you think you got. Watch and see. Like, yo, this dude was all types of demented, dangerous, like bipolar, like everything in the book was right there. And you mean to tell me Danny Robinson missed all of that and decided to work with this person? Because everybody loves the cowboy, right?
She didn't miss none of that.
She missed all of that?
No, she did not miss it. She knew exactly what she was doing.
I mean, she didn't care. Unless she was already involved. She could have already been involved. You know what I mean?
I
could already know this person. She could already know this person. I wouldn't be surprised if she already knew this person. Probably been to one of them silent parties.
How hard would it have been to, send a Cash App or a Venmo or PayPal, whatever? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's true too.
And he, was so money than, focused. And he did know what we did before that, because we had, like I said, we had so many conversations, like months of conversations
Right.
about the collective, about doing the retreats, about, coming out there. But this
Oh
is even
yeah, because
before
this
that.
is a conversation in February. It says, okay, but I'm going to go live. He's saying, okay, but I'm going to go live here soon. So I'll text you when I'm done with the live, and then you can call me whenever you're done, because I won't answer when I'm on live. I should start blocking people at the time, but we'll talk about that later. I'll text you when I'm done. Can you call me whenever it's convenient? Hope you enjoy your night. Make sure you do some good prayers for us, because I do. So whatever that's about, right? So he was already in conversation about going live, trying to build whatever page he was building. I guess that was talking about Facebook at the time or whatever. So he was
Mhm.
already trying to build followers. So this could have been one of those scams he probably came up in his mind to build for. I don't really know. Maybe he seen, I can't really say. You can't really say the minds of somebody else. Maybe somebody got in contact with him, made him offer that he felt was better. We don't know. We don't know. But you guys can speculate, or we just want to put it all out there. We got some other parts coming up. Once I get the downloads of the stuff, we're going to do the part twos. The part two will have like the cartoon skit, some other stuff that we coming up with and everything like that, in order to further elaborate about this whole situation. I just want to say, now that everybody's in the clear, hell of an experience, hell of a learning process. We all learned a lot of things in this process, good and bad, but I don't think people like this should, be landlords. I don't think people like this should be landlords. I don't think people like this should have kids around them. I don't think people like this should have parties. If he do have another group that comes out there to that farm, I hope they're warned. I hope they know what they're getting themselves into. This is why his family, I was kind of like trying to figure out like why his family don't pick him up for no rides or take him anywhere when he needs to go to these places, why he was so dependent on, you know what I mean? Because he probably burnt all his bridges, you know what I mean? Or a lot of people are already done with him,
Right. And he wasn't as accessible out there in the middle of nowhere.
Right, where they probably put him so he couldn't get in no trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You got
Mm-hmm.
people in a family who constantly fucking up, tearing down the family's name and reputation and image and stuff like that. So you like, just put him out there where he can't get into no shit. Could be one of those
And
things.
did get into, a lot of shit, because that is I think that's why the family was kind of hands off with it, and then overhearing some of the conversations that I heard, as the weeks progressed after, the court thing. His family wasn't okay with the farm. They didn't want to do the animals and stuff. They weren't. Oh, they like the party space, because that was what they did there. They partied. They had their family parties. They had their fun parties. They had their snowmobile parties, and whatever random thing that they did.
Right.
So yeah, and then, but they didn't want to do the care, the caretaking part of it. They would come out and clean like once a month for him, because he really did need
I
more
mean,
support.
you seen how nasty it was. Like it looked
Yeah,
like he was laying in Dookie. Like it looked
he
like he
was.
was laying in
He actually was sleeping. So
that's why all those flies was up there in his room, because
yes,
he literally laying in dog shit.
yeah, the dog had, when he had locked them in the house for weeks, that one time that they were locked up there, apparently they had gotten on the bed and done their business, and then he just like threw clothes and blankets over it and slept on it. So
mm.
there was a lot of red flags that I reached out to his family because on top of how horrifying it was to go through this, and as a person who knows him, is in his family, as a person who is a tenant, I was like, who could deal with this? But I'm also glad that it did happen for him, because I do think he got some help with his addictions. I think he did have to go to some, rehab. And then after that, he had the surgery, which, should help him with his health. And his family has been more active in his life because of the things that have occurred. I do not for the right reasons, but they have been picking him up and taking him places and caring for him in a way that they should have been doing all along. So in the end, like I said, our energy comes with bringing exposure to things, and it happens whether or not we focus on it. It just sort of comes with that. It's going to be the truth will come to light. So if you've got some messed up crap died, I'm sorry, but maybe don't hang out with me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did a lot to a lot of other people too before,
Right.
this whole incident. So it's just I guess every dog has his day in a sense.
Mhm.
So, I guess this is how it's gonna fall out, how it's trickling out. And to be honest, like you can't really say any like I say, like the bigger content creators who don't want to look at the crazy things that was happening, the 3 o'clock in the morning acts, down the steps, the recordings, the trying to dox, what vehicles were in, so on and so forth. Like anyone who's not looking at that has to be in the upside down world, So, you know, shout out to Stranger Things that will be premiering on the 26th of November. Make sure y'all watch that on Netflix, because that's the kind of world we living in. Reality is now stranger than fiction, and the people who are like, you know, giving credit to this type of activity, think that this was okay. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That is crazy to me that you didn't point none of this out. Like you don't have integrity. Like I don't care what any Avenger out there that feel like somebody should take their side just because they're a fucking Avenger, but you don't want to see the truth in all this. Any women out there, any mothers out there that don't see how y'all got to think. Imagine if I was not. Imagine if me, my son. Imagine if we wasn't present. Can you imagine the fear? Or how about what it would have caused the mind of an autistic person to go through, right? You imagine the paranoia. He would have like literally an autistic person would have drove somebody crazy knowing that this person is upstairs. Every noise, it would have been, Mom, I just heard a noise. Mom,
I know
mom,
he was
mom.
terrorized by the whole thing, and he still is. Like he still is. He has like PTSD from the whole
This is what I'm
situation.
saying. Like, and you think about it, like you put somebody in these variations of trauma, and then you try to pick out who's right and wrong in it before content. So Danny Robinson and the Avengers decided to try to paint the narrative of a content creator to be the fucked up individual. I'm the fucked up individual in this equation, right? Because I went out my way to help people, so on and so forth, thinking that one person needed help. One person did need help. The other person was, you know what I mean, trapped, right? Because he needs help. And that's why I say you got people like this that's unleashed upon the world, the Jaguar rights. This is a Jaguar right effect, right? People who do all of this shit and then they just show that card. That's why he's calling the police every day. He's pulling a Jaguar right effect.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got him labeled in the system as batshit crazy.
Yes.
Now it's like he can just do a bunch of shit, and then all they're gonna do is get him on the proper meds. 45
Right.
days. Let back out. Do a bunch of shit. Up. Must have had a bad reaction to the meds. Let's try it all over again. Get the fuck. Shut the fuck. This is a perfect scenario for Jaguar Rice. She might as well move into the farm. They could change the name of the farm, call it the Funny Farm. Fucking risky business. It don't even matter. But this is the perfect scenario. This is Jaguar Wright's husband right here. She might as well leave Wolf Cushy and marry this dude. Huh?
Oh,
They'll
he would
make a-
love that. He
They
would
would
love
make
it.
a lovely show
cooks
together.
too. She cooks. He always complained that I didn't cook, and I was like, dude, even if I could cook, I would not be cooking in here. I would be cooking.
Danny Robinson, if you listening, because I know you got your little Avengers fucking lurking around different pages. Hook him up with Jaguar Wright if you didn't already, because I know you conspire with Jaguar Wright. I mean, y'all literally have meetings, all for YouTube. Make it seem like y'all beefing, all of that shit. All y'all got meetings on who y'all gonna fucking attack, who's the next person up to see if they can put their feet to the flame. All y'all working together for the same damn cause. I don't know why y'all ain't just put y'all money together and buy something fucking big or some shit. Y'all could have had y'all own network by now, but y'all thinking small. You know what I'm saying? Peanuts to an elephant type shit. Y'all ain't thinking big. Y'all don't realize this is a $1 billion, or a billion people are on here, billion plus people are on these, sites and shit like that. Y'all could have made yourself something bigger. But all y'all thinking about is, I gotta pay these bills, make this next vacation, and supply my habits, the knot with his trips and his, push it out for me, Maggie with her Jack Daniels and her whatever the hell she do. I don't even know. I think I ain't even gonna speak on it. Danny Robinson's a whole fucking mystery. She's running around here like, anonymous, like she's some type of, V for vengeance or V for vendetta. You know what I'm saying? Like she got some grudge to kick with everybody. I'm gonna tear this woman down. Why? Why? Why you know what I'm saying? Is it because of the Murph thing? Like what was it that we did that made her say everything that we saying is non-believable? What made her, you know what I'm saying? Just fucking butthurt that somebody is probably more intelligent, right? Because we pointed out everything they did before they did it. When they tried to get the interview with Levi, we already said that they were going to do it. So that stopped them or halted them from doing it. So she had to spin the narrative on that. But they did have a recording of Levi. You get what I'm saying? So she did want to use that. So she had it. They had somebody, and I said that was going to happen. That's why I was like, so the next thing, because they don't have nothing, because they couldn't get what they wanted, now what they're going to use is such and such. I said that.
Ralph, they didn't just do that though. They sent, she basically like said, okay, give me any videos that you have of what's going on. And then he was like, well, I'll get you some videos. And then he sent his drug addicted friend that he huffs, whatever with, downstairs to talk to my vulnerable son. Or this is what they keep calling him.
And she didn't see nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you not pointing out this stuff? How are you not pointing out this stuff? Right? When I said, well, I'll just sit down and have an interview with him, and he's going to try to exploit the bar. Like, get the fuck, shut the fuck. Ooh, it really bothers me.
It's okay, because I'm telling you, the thing is, okay, all right, you picked the right person. You picked the right person.
I mean, it's all, it's all gonna come, it's all gonna come to the light. I can't wait, I want to see, the investigations unfold. I want to see,
it's
all of it play out.
And they act like we were such, they're speculating so much the reason why they have to come against it is because we're touching on things that are actually happening.
But it's the things that they're actually doing, the grifting,
right,
the trauma bonding for monetization.
stealing real estate,
Yeah, that's why they
pretending to
all
be
keep.
attorneys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretending to be attorneys, chat TP, they all of this stuff that they doing, it's all coming to the light. It's all about to be, you know. It's all going to be hilarious. It's all going to be hilarious, and I'm for it. I'm here for it. Like I said, this has always been about the collective. This have always been about the journey and building that unity, putting together the homestead, so on and so forth. And we're going to continue that journey. I'm glad that we did not allow this to deter us, whatever the case may be. However you want to look at it. Yeah, you got to be adult about situations, understanding that everything ain't for everybody, and also coming to the realization that certain people are just going to try to cause different variations of frictions and things that they feel like they can't have, they mad about, they upset, jealous, whatever it's called. Maybe it's because Jaguar came over here a couple of times. I don't know what it was that made them all seem hurt. Like, oh, who is this new content creator, coming in our space thinking that he can go, all of that pride, ego stuff. We were laughing when we came over here. We're going to continue laugh. We're going to talk about different topics that bring different numbers of people. You can see that we draw people over here no matter what topics we actually talk about. We only got 2,000 followers talking about that stuff. The other 2,000 came from when we started talking about the political stuff. So it's funny to me that they try to make it seem like, people got to use their name for content when literally we stopped talking about them for how long, and they still was trying to do updates, still trying to intervene with Char's life, so on and so forth. So that's comical. I think we see who needs who. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, that wellness check was done by a fiend. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One of Freeman's chosen addict friends. But that's why I said, everything is everything. I'm glad that you're out of the situation. I'm glad that, justice will prevail. If it ain't, because it getting publicly out there is one thing, and like I say, I'm gonna cut this live short so that way I can duplicate or generate, little clips of it so I can post them on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth, because this is what real advocating for awareness is. Like, this is really like letting people know, like, hey, if you find yourself looking for housing or out there, struggling, be careful, because you might fall victim to someone like this. And there's a lot of people out there falling victim to people like this in various different ways, because right now there's a shortage on housing. You think, it's always a application you got to put in. You got to make 3 times the amount of the rent. Rent is $1,200, 3 times the amount of that. A lot of small places are the rent is high at, you know what I mean? So a lot of people are doing like, room and board or whatever it's called, just renting out room spaces and stuff like that. And they're getting taken advantage of. There's a lot of people that's walking into a lot of situations. I see it on TikTok where, people are getting used for different variations of things. And there's a lot of this going on. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for it all to get exposed. I can't wait for, the investigation on Jaguar to unravel. I can't wait for other investigations to start up. I can't wait for the outside entities, as far as like the people who's manipulating American platforms from like the UK and so on and so forth. I can't wait till they get, fought out, because what it is the language barrier over there stops them from speaking certain variations of ways on the platforms over there. So they create American platforms that they can come and break the language laws. So I can't wait for a lot of stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add before we get out of here? We're going to close out with a song and then get up out of here. I said it like this is church. Close out with a song and get up out of here. That remind me of church.
Well, no, what I was just thinking though is that I can put that video on my YouTube channel and then share it with you if you want.
Yeah, do it that way, and then when we do the part 2, we'll play it from the channel, or if you however you want to work it, if you can just post it to a channel, get it circulating, and then we can play it from there.
So many
yeah. So we'll play it from there for the part 2. So that'll be the part 2 of it when we put together some funny clips of it. I was going to make this a little bit more serious, but like I said, we should not take this serious because
I can't.
It's funny to me, like now that everybody's out safe, whatever, it's funny to me like that somebody really tried to play that level of with manipulation because they wanted the followers. Introduce me to your followers. That's why I said the world is one big stage, and I'll continue to look at the world as one big stage, because this right here is hilarious. This is hilarious. But stay tuned. We got a lot of great things happening. We're putting together the streaming house where I got back in contact with the people about the invention. We got a lot more stuff moving forward from here. The homestead is still on the way. Don't forget about the Atlas Family clothing store. And we got a podcast coming up. So we got a lot of great things happening. Make sure y'all tune into Shar's page on TikTok. She's got a lot of stuff going on. Got Penny over there giving out readings, so on and so forth. A lot of great things going on around her and her page and her collective. Look forward to a lot of great things coming out of her. She paints, she do face painting, so on and so forth. So I'm looking forward to seeing the things that happen with her growth and development in the collective, because this is about all of us. It's not about me. It's not about one said individual. This is about the collective, and we will continue to move forward with the collective like we always have, because it's always been bigger than just one said individual or two said individuals. So we don't want to make it about us. It's a we thing. We want it to continue being a we thing. Anything you want to add before?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. What song are we gonna pick? What song is we gonna pick?
We need a new song. Where are our song makers?
They all split. That incident. Well, people probably got in touch with them, and they probably started going to make songs for other people. I ain't gonna lie. That's most likely what happened. If nobody told y'all that they love you today, let me be the first but not the last to tell you that I love you. Remember, one image of oneself should be greater than reality.